obviously, the government is not in control.
Okay, so
we have our security authorities here on ground.
yes,
What are they doing?
yes.
What is the process of securing lives and property?
I would want you, sir, to see if you can offer possible suggestions, because if this external forces influence is a reality in some sense, then I think we need some kind of solutions, possible solutions that will be offered by concerned Nigerians like you. If you have an idea of one or two things you think the government can do to ward off, this foreign influence, so that we can have, enough security in our country.
Unfortunately, I'm not a security personnel, but then as a layman, I think in any society, in any country, we have these deviants. They're all over the place.
Okay.
But if we need to collaborate with these countries, the government needs to identify, sending out the military personnel, the security personnel, let them identify where these people are coming from in particular. If we can isolate them, then we can approach the government of such an external country and see if we can possibly collaborate with them to see what we can do to reduce the incursion of these insurgents into Nigeria. That means that is one. Then secondly, we need to beef up our security. Nigeria is a very big country in Africa, especially in the West African sub-region, if not the biggest. And we have a large retinue of security personnel here and there. We have them in the military, we have them in the police, we have the paramilitary. There should be a joint effort between the security agencies in Nigeria and among Nigeria and the other countries that are involved, so that we can, if any anxiety that gives in to insurgents is in trouble. The government should be more proactive, find a way around it, talk to the countries concerned. At least they should be able to identify where these people are coming from. That is why we have military intelligence all over the place. We have the police intelligence circle. They should do this. They should prove into the source where the people are coming from.
Thank you, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I actually want to ask a question. Nigeria at 63. Is there something that you wish Nigeria got right or got differently now that we are 63 in a few days or hours? Is there something you think we should get differently, or something you look forward to Nigeria having? Maybe in health sector, education, security, poverty, lack of funds for SMEs, and job opportunities, sir?
Yes, now Nigeria is a blessed country. Actually, we have everything at our fingertips. When other countries, like even the US, they are having artificial disasters. They are not even natural. These earthquakes, hurricane, and some other things. Nigeria, we are so fortunate. We have a very good climate. But the only problem that we are not getting right in this country is leadership.
And we have been okay.
It is the leadership, and when the foundation of a structure is bad, no matter how good the structure you put on the foundation can never stand. Unfortunately, Nigeria is 63. In spite of all our potential, we are still groping in the dark. We are still a crawling giant. We are still searching for leadership. It is so unfortunate that at 63, we are talking about certificates. We are talking about the presence of people occupying offices instead of talking about issues of development. Issues that can facilitate growth, that can ensure good system, that can ensure a good welfare package for the people. We are talking about. Now we are still talking about somebody is not qualified, somebody is not having certificates. These are problems. These are diversional. I think we should be more focused on the type of leadership that we have. We should have leaders that are people-centered. We should have leaders that know the extent of being in power, knowing what it takes to occupy positions, not just talking around the globe, talking about I have the capacity, I have the capability. I don't say the capacity and the capability on ground. So for me, essentially, when I say leadership, it cuts across. from local government to the federal. It got across. I'm not isolating a particular person. If you look at Nigerian situation as we are now, even from homes, leadership, we have leadership from homes. If you cannot provide that leadership from your home, the children that you're having will be falling astray. And that is what we're having on a larger scale as a country today.
Well, thank you very much for your this conversation. We really learned so much. Thank you for the extensive explanation, and we really wish you a happy Independence Day celebration, sir.
Yes.
I wish you things for my end here.
All right. Thank you very much.
You are welcome.
All right, and that is what we have, talking about Independence Day celebration and how hopeful we are for things to change. And we are not just going to be talking about things to change, but we also need to talk about what are those things we need to do for us to have the change we want. And are we also ready for the change? I keep saying that because, to be honest, sometimes we feel that we are ready for something, and when it comes, we don't recognize it because good things don't come sweet, So when you're seeing it hard, don't think, I've been asking for good life, but this is what is happening to me. It is probably just, a preparation towards the end so that you can be able to enjoy whatever, thing that will come your way. But for now, Nigerians, please be patient, okay? Let's celebrate this Independence Day with the joy and gladness in our heart that we are alive. We should be grateful to God for what He has given us.
Absolutely, I agree with you, Tante. And I remember a phrase that was made popular maybe in the 80s or so, nothing good comes easy, okay? I think that statement still holds true, if you ask me. So, but I pray honestly and wish that as we clock 63, many of what our contributors this morning have said, let's hope our government, the new government, President Tinubu would, be able to come up with as many of those things, and then we can have that real change, a new Nigeria that we all. Yes, absolutely.
And we are talking about leadership and how to get things right. We keep saying it, and everybody knows it, but I don't know why we still keep getting it wrongly. We know that leadership starts from us. Yeah. We know that leadership starts from the little office or little space you are being given to do something.
Absolutely.
How well are you doing it? How sincere are you doing it? How honest are you in what you're doing? So if when maybe someone comes to you with a complaint about something, ask yourself, am I doing the right thing for me to say I want to give another person maybe an advice on what to do? Because it is really key. If you do wrong, you will tell the person wrong. So you have to know exactly where you are as a person so that you can also give people advice. As Nigerians, don't wait for the government to do everything for you. If you wait for the government to do everything for you, depression set up, anxiety set up.
To do everything for you.
It's not possible.
Even in the US, in the UK, or in European countries, they don't do everything
for the citizens. Absolutely.
It's just that we need to renew certain things. We need to look at things with
a different perspective.
Painstakingly from the government. Let's take a look at what is happening in other countries. They are not saying, because Russia is at war with Ukraine, they will fight Russia or they will go on strike on every situation they have. The government already has something in store for their citizens. But we as the people, how good are you? How good are you leading in your own house, in your own corner? How are you making sure that things are going right? Because it begins with you and I. So you think that the government will remember that you have not eaten this morning? Sorry. On a lighter note, I'm looking forward to Ashwebi for Independence.
Yes, so we are going to be wearing our green and white attire. Let's be ready, Yeah,
even the national colors.
Yes,
so
it is.
I pray that our God or the universe, sees to the fact that we need good leadership. Already we are in that foot map. We have a good leader. I believe, I am very optimistic that this leadership is going to take us to the zenith where Nigeria needs to be. And we're already on stage. Nigeria is on stage. Talk about entertainment. Talk about, is there anything Nigeria can do?
Nothing.
Nigeria can do so much.
Yeah, we can do so much.
I agree with you.
So I believe
I think both of the speakers contributed.
For us to sit back in retrospection, think about what you've done right and what you've not done right. I think we just need to go back to the drawing board and say, okay, we're not getting power right. Let's do something regarding this. What are the alternatives we can provide? You know, these are the things we need to look at. And after that, I think Nigeria is just, we're going to get there. Because
no, we are positive, actually.
40-something years old. We can keep comparing ourselves with the Americans.
But well, if you want to achieve, sometimes I just feel comparing yourself, if it's positive, is fine. You can look at something and admire it and say, okay,
I want to be like this.
I want to be like this, or I want to do more. Of course, you should know that if you're thinking of being like someone, you should know that the person has stepped on, you know, some stones together. Absolutely. So you should be ready and prepare your mind towards stepping on those hot coals.
South Africa, I'm not trying to compare South Africa with Nigeria, but you need to be in South Africa to understand. You won't even know they're African countries.
Absolutely.
The country is clean. The country is, okay, let's not talk about South Africa because I'm such a Nigerian. So proud a Nigerian. So I am very much optimistic that Nigeria is going to take the right place that she should take.
Of course.
Nigeria.
And I think I also want to say that, you know, just in the same vein with what both of you have said recently, not a while ago, we need to begin to look at ourselves, you know, and ask ourselves that question. Am I a good follower? Because we're always looking at the leader and saying, oh, we need good leaders, we need good leaders. Are we good followers? Let's ask ourselves those questions once in a while.
Of course, you are very right. In as much as we are blaming our leaders for whatever they are doing wrongly, are you also a good follower? Are you doing what is expected of you? Absolutely. And if you are doing what is expected of you, then we know that, okay, the fault should be on the leaders. But if you are not doing what is expected of you, then we all should know that we need to work on ourselves. Despite the fact that we've been talking about the government, it's because we've been given the opportunity as people to talk about the government. Then we will say what is in our minds about the government. But if someone is being given the opportunity to talk about me, Tanti, what would the person have to say about me and how? Of course, so probably some people will look at me and say, that mean girl. You know, but you have to be, you know who you are for you to achieve some certain result, and that is fine. Whatever you're doing, try to be positive with it. No matter what it is, try to be positive. At this time, we'll have to go on a short break, and when we come back, we'll continue with the live discourse.
The rail lines of Lagos, once intended solely for the passage of trains, have transformed into makeshift marketplace over the years. Traders, undeterred by the dangers posed by their proximity to the active railway tracks, have set up store to peddle a diverse array of goods, from fruits and vegetables to electronics and clothing. In this report, we take a look at the implication of selling on rail lines.
I will call it transport that have its own rail. So individually, people are supposed not to be, you know, entering that rail area because it's meant for train. And train also is a kind of, I will call it commercial vehicle or whatsoever that can contain people that does not have, before you can apply brake, it doesn't apply brake easily like that. So it's good to avoid it, you know, casual accidents.
For me now, I did not see anybody selling on the rail line. It's just that this, you see, this our staircase is too high. So after climbing it, that is the main issue for me for now. Shall you understand? So, but for them, I will not advise anybody to sell on the rail line. So, because it's risky, sha.
They are just, they don't want to hear words. So, and I think it is for the government to stand on what they have decided to do than people dictating for them. If the government may want people to completely be eliminated on the road on this rail selling something, the government should take put down their stand.
What I would like it or not, safety first. That endangers lives, yeah. So I don't think that's a bad one. There have been experiences where train had crushed people, on the move, and it's a dangerous spot. No one should be there.
Be watchful and be very careful about their life. Safety is most important.
Meanwhile, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu warning to these traders came as a response to the urgent need to address safety concerns and streamline the city's transportation network. Binga Oluyede, reporting for Alive Television News, Lagos.
This is a maiden trip and it has to go smoothly. I have my card and I'm hoping that everybody has.
At the breaking of the day, I thank my maker, say I see today.
My experience on the train, this is a welcome development, for Lagos. It was really, it was fast, and then we're able to get to our destination pretty okay. With this new innovation, I believe that traffic management will be way better in Lagos. Overall experience, it's an amazing innovation, and I look forward to more innovations like this in Lagos. Thank you.
From the fury of yesterday to fame.
The experience was very electrifying, very interesting. The students we brought really enjoyed the experience. We are from Lagos State Resident Registration Agency. Our card, like ID card, could also be used to board the train.
My experience was very smooth. The landing was very subtle. I really enjoyed it. And for commuters coming in from 2 to Marina, it's going to be a smooth ride. You have nothing to worry about. I understand that it's a fully energized train. Okay, so the speed and the travel time will be really, really reduced, unlike maybe flying a BRT or a public bus. It's going to be a very subtle experience.
Excited. It was her first trip on the train today, and we came from Egomu to Marina, and it was very smooth.
Was it seamless?
It was seamless.
Did you enjoy the Wi-Fi as well?
Yeah. Oh, there is Wi-Fi.
There's free Wi-Fi. There's free Wi-Fi.
How are you?
Yes, welcome back. And so this topic this morning is about the Minister of Works and Housing, Mr. David Umahi. He has said that he is sorry about locking the workers. Earlier on, he had locked them because they came in late. So now he's saying he can't do anything without them.
He's apologizing.
He's pleading with the people. What do you have to say? What's your reaction about this particular action he took? Do you think he had to do it, he went too far, or he just had to do what he had to do?
Well, for me, I believe it's a step, or it was a step in the right direction. Because for me, it shows that he is a bit sensitive, at least, to the reaction of the people that his action directly affected. And for me also, it means that he's ready to work with the people. See, because you cannot just say you are a leader or you are holding a very important post, and then when people react or they send out some signals to you, you can't recognize the signals, you can't respond to it appropriately. That would be an insensitive leader. So I see him, by virtue of what he has done, I see him as a sensitive minister. And I'm actually hoping that in line with what I've said about the president, about his virtue of compassion, which is obvious to so many of us, this might begin to work in favor of Nigerians. You know, we need a responsive government, actually, and I believe this is
What's your reaction?
Well, my reaction to this is, I wouldn't see what is wrong in what he did.
Okay.
Yeah. I have not seen what is wrong, you know, locking out somebody that came late, because I'm an early bird, actually.
Really?
But then, yes, I don't like late coming.
Okay.
Let's talk about, you know, one thing with this, let me not offend anyone, but you know, the ministries, we know how sometimes they are being a little bit laid back when it comes to going to work and being active in their offices. And we've been talking about change in Nigeria. I keep saying this thing. Are we still ready? Are we really ready for the change that is coming? The regime of change has passed. And the irony of the thing is that the change we were trying to see, probably we didn't see it then, it is now coming. And I am seeing the change that I was always saying I would want, and I'm seeing it now. If you're supposed to be in the office by 9, we have so many ghost workers in the ministries.
Absolutely.
So many ghost workers. Who is going to come to the office and work? Who? He was just trying, it's just for him to you know, it is a statement he is trying to make. So you have to sit up, people have to sit up after what he has done. It is a good thing that he has apologized. You understand? As a leader, you should also know when you have crossed it, then you apologize. It is okay that he has apologized. But after the apology, at least a message has been sent before the apology. Yes. And after the apology, he has done his part. He would be expecting the people to also do their part by also coming early to the office and do what they are expected to do. And by this, you should know that if you are a ghost worker or you are someone who has not been doing the right thing, you should put it in your mind that this is a different regime. This is a different
new era
entirely, and you need to sit up. Okay? You need to sit up.
Yeah, I would just quickly chip in again and say, you know, that even the workers that were affected should not take the minister's apology for granted. They shouldn't see it as a sign of weakness. At all. They should just see it, as what I think it is, which is a sign of humility and a recognition of the fact that he probably stepped on a few toes by what he did, you know, and then he's coming back to assuage their feelings.
I think Nigerians are not the kind of people that you would just think you can do. I mean, I'm not saying we should be so hard on ourselves, but at the same time, we have the information of how ministerial or ministries, how they handle their job. They take it with so much, you know, levity. They don't take it seriously, and I think he has come to step the foot down and say, look, this is how I want things to be done.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure he has made the statement.
And we will not forget the fact that we know that there's hardship also.
Yes.
And he also needs to understand that there are people, according to what someone has said earlier, that there are people who probably actually trekked to their workplaces.
It's actually true.
Yeah, so if some of them will get really angry when getting to the office, then you will now say you can't come to the office because you came late.
They are locked out.
Will not even be enough for them for the month.
Yeah.
Because there's inflation, transportation inflation, food inflation,
education,
rental inflation, education inflation, and these people are battling with their job, and there's no increment in salary. Then you lock them up. So Baba had to just say, please have mercy.
Okay.
To be honest,
your job. Please leave our minister. Let him do the job and do the job for us too. We plead.
Let's just hope that you know, by the time the president unveils, you know, some of the packages he says he has for, you know, so many categories of Nigerians on October 1st. Let's hope some of these tensions would begin to die down.
Well, let's not be waiting for packages, no matter how. But actually, it is important that you know we are going to be. You're getting help.
Yes.
Because of what is happening.
It's part of the responsiveness of government that I talked about. I believe this is a responsive government.
Of course, this is actually a responsive government. Like, they are listening to people, and they are trying. We can only say they are trying.
Yes.
You know, we have not seen fully we have not
They can do-
seen
they
it
can do
fully.
they can do better.
Yeah, they can do better.
No matter
But they
how
are
much they are
still,
trying, they can
yeah,
do
they are
better.
still young. You know, we are just trying to see how we can grow together. And we don't support. If we don't support them, there's no way they can support us. So we need ourselves. You know, the people need to understand, and also the government needs to understand. So we need to understand. All of us need to understand that we need us all to work, and that is why Umahi is saying, please, I can't do this alone.
Absolutely.
I need
that.
you people.
I like his approach.
Same here.
Normally, if it were some
Some other ministers, of course.
they wouldn't even.
They will still brag, yes.
Turn a deaf ear to
Yeah.
whatever they did.
Yeah.
When it's time, you say, if you know you don't want to work,
Of
you're
course.
being relieved of your duty. And
Yeah,
truthfully
absolutely.
said, another person will fill up that.
Oh,
duty.
you know how the unemployment market is right
That's
now.
how it is. So
Unemployment
I
market,
really
so-
doff my heart for him.
Yeah.
For her. I mean, having done that,
It's
so we
a
look
good
forward to a better flow in that industry.
Of course.
Interestingly, we came across a video of Governor Hope Uzodinma where he promised Imo youth 4,000 jobs in Canadian and European companies abroad. I don't know what you have to say about that.
I was
4,000
thinking we were working on being patriotic Nigerians.
I don't understand. 4,000 jobs. And he's promising the Imo youth 4,000 jobs in Canada, not in Nigeria.
Outside of the
Canada
country.
And in Europe. Please, let's discuss this because we have to look into it.
Actually, I've not come across that story, but I know
I came across
if you came across it, then that means it's really there. So, but for me, I would say he needs to do a rethink, you know, because this is a time when we are saying in Nigeria, you know, we're experiencing this drain of professionals, professional drain, or drain of professionals from Nigeria abroad. So, I think there should be a rethink of how we can, you know, get this youths employed right here. I'm sure there are a lot of opportunities here in Nigeria that they can tap into. Yes. Yeah, we don't need to do that outside.
A lot of things.
Because
Look at what our earlier contributor said.
Yes, absolutely.
Our oil industry,
Yes.
even our cassava industry,
Absolutely.
the agricultural industry has
It's
not
vast.
been on tap.
And
Yes.
talking about the
Tap,
East,
rather.
these are the people who have all the palm trees.
Exactly.
You can utilize what you
resources
have,
there, not-
you know, to go where you are coming from.
Moreover, you know, if these people are youths, then that means if you take them out there, it means the larger part of their productive lives will be spent out there contributing to, you know, the growth of the economy of these nations instead of being used right here in
I'm going
Nigeria.
to quote M.I. Sanusi. He said, and I quote, he said in 2024, I mean, is it 20 in some years' time, Nigerian youths would be 120 million within the median of 19 years old. So
Okay.
that means that we have
A large youth population. A large youth
It means
population.
that we will have to be dealing with economy. We have to, you know, strategize the economy we have for the youth.
In such a way
The
that,
youths a lot of them are jobless. And that's why you
absolutely.
see them on social media. You see them, they're trying to engage their mind. They need to be doing something.
Absolutely.
If it's agriculture, let us focus, let us reorientate the
And let's try to bring them in.
Yes, rather than say you can go to Canada, look at the jackpot mentality.
Syndrome, yeah, which is
Growing
already
up, I
affecting
didn't
us.
think that I should be in America to be successful.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I think people should reorientate Nigerians and especially with focus on our youth.
Yeah.
A lot of Nigerian youth believe that if you jackpot, if you travel abroad, you have made it.
Oh my God, when we're growing up, when we see that people are abroad, you'll be like, oh, you abroad, I want to.
Right?
In fact, let me be honest,
Okay.
you know, before now,
Yes.
if you say this and this, I would probably say I want to jackpot because of, you know, how the thing is. But we have to know that we will grow and we will get to a level where we have to change our mindset and how we think. If you stay in Nigeria, there are a lot of opportunities. The president has said it, and people came for him saying, why would you say people should come back to Nigeria? What do you have for us? But he has been trying to see how he's going to make other sectors stable for us, for people to come back and say, in fact, if you jackpot, who are you waiting to repair the Nigeria for you before you come back to eat? We are here, so you mean we should repair the Nigeria for you to be there and come back?
Is that some of them that jackpot, they jackpot.
Exactly.
They don't even have the strategy. You just want to travel and see the roses. Roses are with thorns too. And when you get there, they don't have houses. How do they, you know, balance their new life? And to think of someone like you You're here, I'm here, I love my Nigeria. Fine, there's going to be a lot of hurdles. God himself didn't say we won't go through some hurdles, but we will overcome. Is what
Absolutely, we have to have that faith.
What worries me more is sometimes in entertainment, I see a lot of videos and filming. They say, mo ti gba American visa, mo ti gba London visa. And I'm saying in my head, can't they just say, mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ gba Nigerian visa? Change the narrative. Let people see the good thing in Nigeria.
Well, after saying what you said, can you speak English, please?
Okay, so sorry. Not from my gestures. Yeah. I'm trying to say, they say, I just got an American visa. I just got
a Canadian visa and all of that.
And they're so excited about this. And I'm saying, why can't they change the narrative to, I just got a Nigerian visa, and you know what, I'm going to make it here. In Nigeria now, this is the new city. And the truth is, Nigeria is the new world order. We are the new gold, the new diamond.
We are the new diamond. Talking about sports, we are there. Talking about entertainment, we are there. The Ghanaians are saying, oh my God, Nigerians are making us feel like we don't have music at all, because we are there.
And this is not from now. It has started from the days of the Sonia days, during Sonia days, he was actually slated for, what's it called, the award they normally give them in the US. He did, even Fela Nicola Bokuti, he is being studied in the US. Some of the, the things, the Fela records. Look at Fela records. Fela records, according to, what's this man's name, Jay-Z, he's doing Fela records. He's from Fela. If Fela doesn't have something to offer, if he doesn't have something to offer, nobody will be listening to his music after his demise. So Nigeria has it all in full. So we need to see ourselves as that, or as such. If we don't see ourselves in that light, how would people see us?
One of our guests earlier said something that really touched me. He said the reason why we are where we are today is because average Nigerians think of the next meal
while the average American
think of the next invention. And that is how it has been. But when you touch this part, it is actually a very broad conversation, because someone will tell you that the government is making people or keeping people poor so that they can control them.
Yes.
So that they can control them.
This is very broad because
it's like
because it depends on what you are facing. That is your battle.
School.
I've had that said before.
When you're in your primary school, what are the subjects that you're studying? When you're in the secondary school, they've expunged history from the
curriculum.
Syllabus. Yes, from the curriculum. So imagine that they used to tell us that in 1900 BC something, this
happened.
So how many people know the history of Nigeria? Did you know that Nigeria was former Nok? We were Nok. How many people knew that Nigeria history, that we were called the Noks? I mean, these are history that a lot of our Nigerian people don't know. So imagine that these kids know what they have to know. Then you are telling them about how they want to invent. When even normal history, they don't know. They have taken it away from the syllabus.
And I think this point you raise is very germane.
Yes.
I think the government of President Tinubu should try to see how history be brought back into the curriculum. It's very important.
Before the amalgamation, before 1905, what was happening there? There were Nigerians residing in Nigeria. We were called Nigerian, they were called the Niger Company.
Absolutely.
And we were sold.
Royal Niger Company.
And we were sold to the British people. So people need to understand this. And I'm just, reacting to what you said.
Really?
So you want that child to invent something.
And he doesn't know where he's coming from and where he's going.
Does he know? A girl who has a sharp mind but thinking, he doesn't have the teacher to give her the spunk and say, child, put this pencil together with this thing to write up something.
And that is why
chemistry do they know?
And that is why we'll still give it up to this government, because the Minister of Education has come out to say we have to we have to make people know that their libraries are really important. And because we don't patronize libraries, people don't really see reasons why they should pen. They don't see any reason to just write anymore.
When they are hungry.
The art is not there. Yes. It is dying off.
And let me also quickly say this, based on what Tante just said. You cannot talk of libraries without the culture of reading. The culture of reading has been seriously eroded in the Nigerian educational space. So I think this should be one of the agenda of the Minister of Education to make sure that the reading culture, comes back. Because it is often said that if you want to hide any important thing from a black man generally, but of course more for a Nigerian, just hide it in a book and you will never see it. And that's not a good comment.
It is not. It is not.
We need to do something about that.
That read, or some of us that read or claim to read, we are online reading.
Well, in as much as we would want to continue with our discussion, please keep reading so that you encourage us read writers to write more. Because seriously, I have so many books, unfinished books.
You better finish.
I read in my house.
But then, thank you, Dami, for doing this. Thank you, Femi, for doing this with us. If you have anything to say to our viewers before we go, because it is time for us to leave the studio. Dami, what do you have before we go?
Okay, if you eat well, you may eat too much. If you sleep well, you may sleep too much. But just stay alive. Be good. My name is Damilola Aino. See you again.
And I will always just say that, as we leave this set today, this morning, just make sure you are doing the right thing in that your little corner there, because the change actually needs to start from you.
Of course.
Thank you very much. I am Femi Fafiabi.
They say charity begins at home. So whatever you expect from the government, whatever you expect from others, make sure you are also doing it unto others. Okay. Thank you for watching Alive this morning. We'll see you on Monday. Today is Friday. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. And we will see you after the Independence Day. We will see you on the Independence Day celebration. Of course, we need to celebrate with all our viewers. So we will be here on Sunday to celebrate the Independence Day with you all. Thank you for watching. Stay alive. Hello and welcome to Live News. The immediate past Minister of Youth and Sports Development Chief Sunday Dare, the federal government of Nigeria has taken punitive action against the sectarian. Nigerians have expressed fear over the possible shutdown of businesses and job losses.
See, things are just going higher every day.
For the fact that going from here to Ombalin day before was at 300, but now is at the high side of 700, 800.
The subsidy costs us trillions of naira yearly. Such as a vast sum of money will have been better spent on public transportation, health care, school, housing, and even national security.